welcome to episode 4 sounds good, of the Dragon's Den podcast. Of course, I'm Dragon Bees. And yes, it's there's been a little bit more of a gap between this one and the last one for various different reasons, but that's all good. And yeah, I'm not going to do much of an intro because I don't have anything really to say at this point until I talk to the wonderful, amazing people who I have on the podcast with me this time around. So let's go over and say hello to these wonderful peoples. There we go. Okay, well, I'm going to start with Wolfo because...
Oh. I saw the chicken nuggets. God damn it.
Yep, definitely fading.
So... We have we have the
Chicken nuggets.
So, for those of you who know Wolfo from my community, then you would know that we talk about chicken nuggets a lot. When it comes to Wolfo, Wolfo loves chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets are great.
And so I thought we'll go with Wolfo first. So, my advice to anyone who wants to know anything really about Wolfo is that if it's flammable, they've probably set it on fire. If you need a good set of wheels for your car, we'll convert a pizza. And we won't even get started on the fact that apparently brownies without flour is a thing.
They tasted alright, you know? They didn't taste bad.
But Wolfo sometimes streams. One of my amazing moderators and a very good friend. I've bullied them enough, so we have Wolfo. And yes, I put chicken nuggets there because I was like, well, I need a background, and I couldn't think of anything more appropriate than just massive piss off chicken nuggets in the background.
At least you're not selling them for like £17.
How do you know? How do you know? My next merch thing is going to be just this picture. Just going to be. So yes, and then I don't really need to do too much of an intro for the next person because they were on last month, and that is they have moved location. They were in one part of Snowy somewhere, and now they're in another part of Snowy somewhere. The always blepping, they're always beautiful because I'm gonna be nice. TruePetal.
Blep.
That's all we're gonna get. That's it.
That's what we're getting.
And then this piece of shit, but well, we all know who. Yes, he's part of the furniture. Everyone knows who Dani is, and if you don't know who Dani is, you've obviously gone blind because he's in every bit of content that I'm ever making. Practically, he's everywhere. It's in the background, front and center. You know, he's an egomaniac.
If you don't know who I am, you don't watch the journeys.
Well, that's true. You don't watch Journeys then. One of my amazing partners. The reason why I moved to Europe and the reason why I can't leave this country. Yeah, that's about it, really. I can't really say much more than that because it's hard to introduce someone like Dani, especially because I've done so many introductions of Dani because of who he is. So it's like, you know,
all introductions.
Plus, I have to live with him, so if I treat him too much like shit, it's like, well, then I just have to kind of live with that. So I don't really need that in my life. I'm just going to sip my coffee that was made by Dani, which has got... I just want to take a moment while I've got a moment. Thank you for all the kind words about Philo, too. It has got Philo on it. You know, it's been a little while since Philo passed, and Dani and I are doing all right, but it's been hard. But bless him. So yeah.
I also got Philo in the background.
Well, you do technically have. Wow, that is as morbid as it's ever going to be. We did have Philo cremated, and there is a little urn on that cupboard behind Dani specifically, and a paw print because he meant the world to us. So, but let's not go down that path because Dani and I end up bursting into tears, and that's not really what the podcast is about.
Dani, the guy you get when you buy a picture frame.
Yes, the generic picture frame guy. So, all right. Gonna break the ice with something that I usually do, some little like funny, quirky little quiz type or like little activity type thing at the start to break the ice. Usually it's Pokemon related. This is not any different. So last time it was what your starter would be. And it was a random number generator situation, and it went good for some, terrible for others. I believe Reach got a shit one on one of them. And so, but in this case, what this one's going to be is, if Pokemon were violent, this is the Pokemon that would be hunting you down. How fucked are you at the end of the day?
Oh, God.
Oh dear.
So, we're going to start with the $17 chicken nuggets and the wolf in front of it.
God.
This is where Wolfo gets like door kick.
So, I've got 1 to... I'm just going to go 1 to 900 because that's close enough. So, yeah, I'm going to generate a number. You can look it up and you can tell us what it is. This is their national dex number, okay?
Okay.
All right. Your number is 453. Now, I'm guessing that's either Gen 4 or 5.
400 and what?
453.
Oh, it's Krogunk.
You're fucked.
Oh my god!
Oh.
If it's anything like Legends Arceus, holy shit!
I am fucked.
You're just gonna have this lanky, weird toad thing like after you.
I'm just gonna be Brock. That's what's happening.
Oh my god! Yeah. Oh god. Petal.
Yes.
624. I want to say that's either Kalos or a Lola.
That is Kalos, I'm pretty sure.
Was 624?
Yeah.
That's
Actually,
Unova.
yeah.
Oh, it's Unova.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's Pawniard. Oh god.
Ooh, that. Don't.
Little tiny piece of
Yeah,
fucker.
I was gonna say you're gonna be turned to ribbons.
Pupper
Fine.
Nuggies.
Don't remember what Pokemon that is.
The
You
one that
know-
rolls in the Bisharp.
You don't remember?
Oh. That one.
Blades for hands.
Ooh, Dani's getting a very late number. This has got to be Gen 8, surely. 849.
Yep, that's Colors history. 49?
Yeah.
Well, I'm fucked.
Why?
Toxtricity.
Oh, oh,
Shit.
oh, especially if it goes G-Max, you're stuffed.
So wanna know, if Pokemon are violent, I'm not going to the UK.
Yeah, no,
Because
he was
it's
gonna
on G-Max.
This is true. Okay, and my number is 541. I haven't even got a poke. What is that? Does someone want to tell me what that is?
541? I'll look it
Yeah.
Oh,
up.
okay. Well, Dani beat me to it then.
Am I doomed? I'm gonna be doomed, aren't I?
Why is 541 not in this list?
It
Like,
doesn't
it's only-
exist.
One moment. Which one? 541, you said? Or-
Yeah.
Swadloon.
It's Swadloon.
Swadloon? I think I'm okay. I don't think I'd have too much trouble with a Swadloon. Just every time I got a bit close, I just kick it like a football. Go on.
No.
Right in its dumb Swadloon face.
How dare?
Oh god. At least it wasn't one evolution up, then it might have been different. Maybe I would have had a bit of problem, but Swadloon's not
Dani?
exact. Yeah, I was gonna say Swadloon's not exactly
At least it wasn't the other Unova, insect line.
yeah, not good.
A bit more trouble with Whirlipede.
Yeah, that could have been would have just if it's anything like the snail things in the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword desert area, I'd be dead. So yeah. Anyway, that's been fun. That was cool. I think you guys are all screwed. I think I'm okay. I think I should survive. So that's all that matters. I'll be here to host next month. It's fine. You're all dead. It's fine. Commitments met. So yeah. So now the question I'm going to start us off with. Obviously, we all play video games because that's pretty much the only people I talk to these days is people who play video games.
Really?
Really?
No idea.
And I thought this one was an appropriate one because we all like to have our chill moments. What is your go-to chill game? What is the game you often will go to where you've had either a shit day or like you just need to play something that's kind of not mindless as such, but like it's just that comfort game for you? Who would like to start?
Minecraft is mine.
I was going to say, I'd be very surprised if someone didn't say Minecraft here. I thought it might be you.
Minecraft is a game I've played for a long time, and it's just really nice to play. It's not stressful.
Depends on how you play Minecraft.
See, I play creative just to build.
Oh,
Yeah, Wolf was a
okay.
builder.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Heck, because remember, Wolfo's not a builder. He just falls into the lava.
Your avatars look like they should be cousins, by the way. Just saying.
They do.
Petal is a bit similar in color, aren't they?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like it's like some sort of cousin thing going on here.
Did you have anything you want? Yeah. Want to elaborate there, Wolfo?
No.
No. I have a question about Minecraft just very quickly. Okay, so
No.
with Minecraft,
Yes.
do you only own it on PC, or are you like me that sort of got it on random things?
The only other console I own is a Switch, so
Have you got
no
it?
PC.
Have you got it on Switch?
No, I have thought about it though. But
It
I
does
only have
play
it
well on
PC.
Switch, I have to say.
Does it?
Okay, so it does play really well on Switch.
Okay.
Okay, so I feel really bad because I currently own it on Switch, and I own it on Wii U, and I own it on Xbox, and I own it on PlayStation, and I own it on phone, and I own it on PC, both versions, so Java and the like all together, like
Bedrock.
the Bedrock Edition one. I own it, and when I say PlayStation, I own it on PS3 and PS4.
I mean, I used to own it on my Xbox, but I don't play it anymore, so
I'm pretty sure I own it on like every console practically imaginable that I own or have
Jesus.
owned. Oh, I had played it on my. Was it on? Did it go to the 3DS? Did it go to the 3DS? I don't remember.
No.
It was rumored at one
No.
point.
That'd be very interesting to play on.
It would.
Yeah.
But
It would.
yeah. So that's that. Yeah. Pedal.
See, I'm not actually 100% sure.
See, yours
about
is
it.
really hard because you play a lot of games that are just
Yeah,
like
I do a lot of games.
chill games as well that you kind of just go to. I guess you in your situation, I guess it's what mood you're in.
Yeah, because typically it would be Destiny, where instead of I would just be doing something, just walking around and just running out something easy, getting materials, something like that. Or I could be playing something else, like Skyrim or Slime Rancher, for example, which is an amazing game to just relax to.
Slime Rancher
It's
2
nice if it's
comes out.
designed, or Starbound, for example. Yeah, it's been a bit of a mix. Really.
Hi, Riley. Also, I will say hello to people in the chat that are watching this live. It's recorded live to Patreon and moderators. What is that background? That is chicken nuggets. Or you talking about Pedals? Hang on, you talking about Pedals background?
No, I don't think it's my background.
I think it might be the chicken nuggets.
It might be
Yeah,
the
I think
chicken
it's the
nuggets.
nuggies.
It might be the chicken nuggets. Why not?
Let's say though my best like chill game to go to is probably just Skyrim.
Yeah, I mean, that's another game that's just on everything.
Yeah.
Like, did they legit? Because I know there was a joke advertisement saying that they were going to put it on Alexa, but didn't they end up putting that on Alexa? Isn't there an Alexa version of Skyrim of some description?
I have no idea.
Because I know there was. I was going to say I know they made a joke version as like because they self-aware, like, yeah, I know we put it on everything, but then apparently there is a version you can play on Alexa.
Yes, there is. I just googled it.
So yeah, it's literally on everything. I can't wait until I can get like Minecraft fridge screen edition or something like that, when you're getting your drink with the ice thing and it's just like you can just play Minecraft.
It's not exactly Skyrim, it's its own like custom version that's made for Alexa.
Yeah,
it's sort of made as a joke, but yeah, it does exist.
They kind of released it, but then didn't release it. If that makes sense, it was a joke. It was a self-aware joke within Bethesda, basically.
Yeah.
And then we have Danu. So what's your chill game?
Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, I was gonna say it would have to be Final Fantasy 14 for you, because as much as you play Destiny, I wouldn't say that's chill for you as such.
It's Final Fantasy 14 if it's actually need to be chill. If I need to blow off some steam, it's Destiny.
See, I was considering Final Fantasy as well, but I'm like, no, I don't play that when I just need to relax because things get too hectic in dungeons and all that. So, so that kind
I
of defeats the
do.
purpose for me.
See, I do, and then I just grind out my Wanderer's Tale.
See,
I
You
love-
just do the solo stuff.
See, for me,
Mhm.
it's got to be Destiny. It's probably because like I play Pokemon on stream and everything, and I do all that, and then like I mean, there's other games that if I have to play something solo, it's Destiny typically. But if I'm playing with others, it's games like Raft, for example, that are
Yeah.
the games where I relax more. Or
7
if I'm in
days.
7 days, is a weird one. I find that oddly relaxing
Yeah.
with moments of terror. Like it's
Like,
we haven't-
like someone stealing a bike.
Oh, fuck.
yeah, but that wasn't
Don't go
chill.
back there.
That wasn't chill at all.
But that's what I'm saying, except for the terrifying moments, like someone stealing a bike.
See, I can't tell how Destiny could be a chill game. It stresses me out.
That's,
I
that's because everyone's
guess
different.
I guess it's because when you play it as much as what Petal and I do, especially because Dani doesn't play it that often. Just gonna, there's an in joke just to let you know. There's an in joke that like 9 times out of 10 we're forever trying to get Dani to play so that he keeps up. But he's been really
Yeah.
good this season. I'll give him this much. He's been really good this season.
When it's Iron Banner week, like this week, then he plays more than a both
Oh,
of
yeah,
us.
absolutely. He plays way more than what you and I do combined, even when you're not like. Because, in case you know, 3 of the 4 of us are all in the same house or the same apartment at the moment. We're all
Yeah, I
in
was about to
different
say the
rooms.
same room, but that's no way. We're not in the same
No,
room.
we're all in different rooms. Petal's in the
Oh.
dining room. Danny's in the
Hello.
lounge
Feel
room,
left
and
out.
I'm in my.
Look, Papa. I
kinda
know,
feel
I know
left
the
out.
windows are
Just-
out of frame, but it's still different rooms.
Wolfo, just pretend you're in our kitchen. I mean, the nuggets make sense.
Hold on. I can do this. I don't know if it's gonna pick up the camera, but hello.
Oh yeah, we can see a hand.
You can see hands.
That's where I am.
My
I've
God.
occupied this room.
Um,
I've claimed it as my own. It's apparently my bird's nest now.
the thing
Yep.
is, with Destiny though, is that when you play it as much as Petal and I do, and I mean, Petal's a better player than me, but like. We're both Destiny veterans for the big
You're
part, and
technically more of a veteran than me.
technically that's because I was a PlayStation pleb, and I was like, "Oh, I get access to
Station.
the alpha before all you other console plebs."
What do you mean you get access to alpha before the others? PlayStation still would have got an alpha.
Oh, I was gonna say we only got the alpha. Yeah, I was gonna say
You got access to the beta earlier.
we did. We got a week before, I think.
Yep. You got 2 weeks. Xbox got 1, and you got the alpha.
So, but yeah, I mean, here's the thing: Destiny's one of those games. I mean, Wolfo, what do you like with games that are like constant? You know what I mean? Like there's the Final Fantasy is another example of that, where games that have seasons and constant content, like where you're continually doing stuff and you have to keep up with it.
I can't keep up. That's my issue.
Yeah.
It's like
just live actions or no, live service games are not really Wolf's strong suits.
no. See, I play Final Fantasy, and I'm like, there's there's like everything I can do, and then I get distracted by the small tiny thing. I never actually finish what I'm supposed to be doing.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yep.
Yeah, but so that's a trap though. Like you gotta. I mean, I see. Destiny's one of those things where sometimes I don't feel like doing much other than just the very shortish seasonal weekly stuff, and then some weeks I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go do like all this other stuff, or I'll message Petal and like, hey, let's run this dungeon, let's do this, let's do that, and it's like, all right. But yeah, I've gotten better. Destiny's probably about the only game that I keep up with these days. The rest of them, I'm not even close. I don't do the whole like service games that continue on forever and a day because they're just too like they're too much of a commitment.
Mm.
I don't know if you know what I mean. Like they're just too much of a commitment. Like I sit here and like Petal plays like Warframe and Final Fantasy and
And Destiny.
Destiny, and I'm like, I can't even keep up with Destiny some weeks, and you're like, I'm playing it on 5,000 different characters. I'm like, oh
I
god.
mean, at the moment, I've not done Warframe for quite a while, so I'm way behind on that. But yeah, that's because I'm focused been on Destiny with the Witch Queen, Final Fantasy with Shadowbringers, and the post Shadowbringers
Warframe.
patches. So yeah,
And then
I've just
end
put Warframe
Warframe.
off to the side.
Yeah, no, I just don't do that. I just can't. Like, but okay, what kind of games are you into then, Wolfo? What, like, I when I say chill game, but you play like DBD, for example.
I have a love-hate relationship with that game, man.
I think
It's like
that's
most
like
people
that's I was gonna say
have.
that's like everyone, isn't it?
Like, I tried to play it the other day with a friend, and it just wouldn't allow us on the online servers. It just didn't work.
Oh, really?
Because
And
it's so optimized.
yeah. And
Yep.
then I really wanted to play the game, and it won't let me. I enjoy playing the game, but the game won't let me play it.
It's one of
Yeah,
those
it sounds
games.
like DBD.
It's one of those games that I used to play a lot of, but it was never the public stuff. It was always private matches for me for the most part.
See, I don't have enough
Yeah.
friends who are willing to play with me to do that.
No, whoa,
Hey,
whoa,
excuse you,
whoa,
Wolfo.
whoa,
Look, I'm aware
Wolfo.
you agreed, but there was nothing set. Like nothing happened.
No,
afterwards.
hang on, no, you know why? Hang on.
That's
All
not
right,
true.
we're gonna have some controversy here, Wolfo. You've opened a box here, right? You've literally
Wolf has opened this box.
You've opened a box here. Out of us four sitting in this conversation,
Yes.
you are
Yes.
the hardest person to coordinate anything with.
Okay.
Literally this podcast recording. Like, oh yeah, about the podcast. Oh, I'm going away for a week. Oh, I'm back. I went out for dinner to the pub or whatever. Oh, might be late. I'm like, oh my god, Wolf, I'm gonna kill you by the end of this.
Look, right? I was wanting to do it before I left, but you decided not to.
Yeah, because there was okay. Because it was like crammed in just before you went away, and then there was all these other things that were going on as well. And it's like I just can't. It's too hard. Like I'll put that in the too hard
writing
basket.
here and all that.
So it was like, all right, cool. Yeah, because it was also the night before Paddle flew out.
Yep.
Because you were gonna do it at your mum's.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, this is just too hard. Like, you know. But like, then I also, as Dani pointed out, I don't have friends. What the fuck are we? I don't have friends, and I don't have friends who want, and I don't want to play. Sorry, I don't have friends, and I don't have friends that want to play DBD. Well, that's just bullshit on both accounts, isn't it? Yeah, see, silence says a lot.
My words might have slipped out the wrong way.
Oh, are you hitting reverse? You're hitting a hard reverse on what you just said.
I'm taking my conversation. I'm just pulling it back.
My comments are
You're
redacted.
correct.
Hang on, I'll edit it out. I'll just put a big beep over the top of your comments. Just like, sorry, Wolfo redacted this. This is gone. Oh my god. I mean, I'd play DBD, and I know someone else who wants to play DBD, and that's Luke. Luke's another one who wants to play. He wants to have enough people to do private matches as well, because Luke and I played in the public server, and it's just trash.
It's awful. The killers are the worst kind
You
of
either
people you know.
You've either got really bad killers, or you've got really incompetent survivors, or
Yeah.
a combination of both, and it's like...
It's awful. Like, people don't play the game properly anymore, and it's annoying because I genuinely do enjoy playing the game. It's just other people make it more difficult to want to.
Do you prefer... Okay, this is going to sound... Do you prefer playing those kind of games with friends?
Yes.
I would say...
I can't play it alone.
Same.
Like,
That's not a game I play alone.
Like, there's some games I'll quite happily play. Like, I'm not a competitive person at all. Like, I don't play DBD for, like, oh, I've got to rank up and all that. Some people do.
I don't know.
Look,
God,
I
no.
play it for shits and giggles, man.
Yes.
Whereas Destiny, for example, I'll play Crucible and that, and it's not even competitive because I want to rank up as such, but it's more like I have to do this for my weekly stuff and that. But outside of that, competitive stuff just does my head in. Like,
Yeah, I'm not very competitive.
I've played, you know what I played recently that I found ultra competitive, and I don't know why, because on paper it shouldn't be, and that's
Yeah.
Fall Guys.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be like toxic, psychotic people playing that game, but they are.
It is a competitive game. There will always be those kinds of people.
Like, literally, you'd be jumping over obstacles, and they're like, I'm going to grab you and hold you here, and even if I die, you die too. And it's like, excuse me, please, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Like
Can I have some more?
the other like competitive game, there's a mode, but Minecraft, when you're like playing Bed Wars and stuff. Dude, the amount of people on that are just awful.
Yeah,
It's insane.
I just don't get into it. I can't. I find I mean, it's all gaming in general, but like,
Especially competitive sides of games.
yeah, like, and then the other thing is, especially with something that's, I keep referencing Destiny, that there's lots of games that are like this, where you've got PvP and then you've got PvE stuff as well. The
Oh, yeah.
PvP people think they're the only people in the world in those games.
Yeah.
Like, it's always the case. Like, the PvP people are like, this game is about me and my kind. It's like, you do realize there are people who play this game that aren't playing PvP, you know?
That's crazy talk.
Yes, but they're plebs because they don't do top tier sweaty competitive PvP like I do.
Oi. I take high offense to that comment.
Yeah, but you don't play competitive.
No, but that's why. You call me a pleb.
No, but I'm just saying in general that you don't play competitive at all, really. We're not competitive players. Like, I know people who are
No.
legit competitive players in games. Like, that's their bread and butter, whether it's content or not. That's kind of their like go to. And I'm like, how do you put yourself in that position mentally? Like, I mentally can't handle it. It drives me insane.
Here's the funny thing. IRL, I'm a quite competitive person, just not in games.
Oh yeah, IRL, you're the one of the worst competitive people I know, and it drives me insane.
I don't like being competitive because I don't want to accidentally be mean to someone.
But what if
It's because you're such a nice.
so you don't want to accidentally be mean, but you'll be mean to us. I see.
Yeah, if Wolf was mean, Wolf was mean on purpose.
It's with
Yeah.
spite and malice. It's targeted. It's not accidental.
If Wolf was being an asshole to you, you can be 100% certain that he means it.
Yeah.
It's intended.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good thing about having a group like we are, and in the from on paper and people looking at, and it's the same thing I said in the first episode of the podcast with Cade and Larissa and Corey. It's if people looking on the outside in would think, do these people hate each other? Because it's literally, it doesn't.
Our friendship is just another level beyond comprehension.
You cannot comprehend our friendship levels. You wish you could achieve these friendship levels.
Our friendship is to the levels that we get people to curse with things they normally never curse with.
What, like bikes in 7 days?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm
So-
never laying that down, am I?
What happened in that?
Who wants to tell the story?
Papa can tell a story.
No, I'm not telling it.
All right. I'll tell the story, and you guys can, if you want to chime in, you can. So, a few years ago now, we were streaming 7 Days to Die. And for those who don't know what 7 Days to Die is, it's a survival game in which basically the zombie apocalypse has happened. Yeah, I was going to say, and you literally the object. There's no final game for that. It's just survive. It's a bit like Minecraft, but with zombies and just. Well, actually, Minecraft's got zombies. Doesn't it?
I was gonna
It
say.
doesn't actually have an end game.
Minecraft's got a end game, kind of.
You kill the dragon and then.
But it's not really the end because they say the end question mark anyway.
Yeah.
So So anyway, we were playing. It was me and Petal and Dani, and we did invite Dark, and then we ended that stream just as he joined the VC. That's a clip moment from ages ago. It was the funniest thing that's ever happened.
There was one more person that, but I'm not gonna name him.
No, and there was someone else. And then so what happened was, Dani, we just made a push bike.
Okay.
And because there's lots of different modes of transport, you can get a bike or a little like a little
bicycle is the most basic and easiest
Yeah.
to make.
but it's also fragile and it damages if you hit things. So Dani gets on it, rides off with it. Petal's like, he's taken my bike. Petal's chasing after him, running around. I'm inside just decorating because that's what I end up doing in those games for some reason. I just go like,
And
all right.
for Dutch heritage.
And then we yeah, I was gonna say he rode around, and then like finally he rode to the front of the house, and he literally drove straight into the spikes.
Yeah, the fence
Like the
spikes, which
like the
I was
spike
also
traps.
in charge of making and placing out. So
So not only did he damage the bike, he also damaged the spikes.
he completely broke 2 of the spikes that was
And-
set out.
So Petal was
Yes.
angry, right? Petal was angry
Yeah.
to start with, and
Well,
those two
I
are
wouldn't exactly call it more like playfully angry. I suppose.
yeah.
It was-
The worst.
There was nothing mean behind. it.
No, even in
Let's
these
clarify
situations, this was not hostile. This is like frustrated in a funny way,
Yes,
kind of like.
why are you like this?
It was why you like this moment. Anyway, so then in typical Dani fashion, Petal's like, you've damaged the bike. Get off the bike, and you've broke one of my spikes. Dani throws down 2 or 3 planks of wood and goes, "Here's some wood." To like make more spikes or fix the spikes, and then walks off. Petal's like just in a state of like, are you fucking serious? And for the first time ever, I won't use this word in the podcast, but the C word came out of Petal's mouth.
Oh, is that where that comes from?
That's
Yeah.
where that came from.
Yeah,
Oh.
That was the first time that Petal
I
used
made
that
Caden
word.
proud.
It was so
Yeah.
funny. Like, it was
Yeah,
so
he was
funny.
proud then.
Because the timing of Dani just going, here's some wood for some more spikes. And just like, the silence spoke volumes as to what was going through Petal's head at the time. Like, it was like, oh god. But yeah, that's what happened in 7 days. That was, yeah. That
There's a
game,
clip of that around somewhere.
there's
It's in, like,
100%.
Oh yeah, a clip of highlight.
There's a
actually.
highlight because this went over like 3 or 4 minutes. Like, this wasn't a
Yeah.
short thing. This went over 3 or 4 minutes.
It was at the end of one of your very first highlight videos.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah. It was so funny though. It was so funny. But like, they're the moments that. Don't get me wrong. I love solo gaming. Like, there are some games that I love playing, and it's got nothing to do with playing with others. Obviously, Resident Evil is a really good example of that. But like, I think the most awesome gaming things I've done has always been playing games with others. Like, it's always just something stupid. Like, we've had plenty of stupid moments. Minecraft, we've had plenty of stupid moments as a group.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So that it makes things. Some people don't like playing games with others. Like, there's legit there's a core group of people that are just not the kind of people who can play multiplayer games with people. And it's like, I get that, because I don't like playing certain games either. But then I'm also like, it makes you wonder how much they're missing out on playing a game with other people if they are like friends, not randoms, friends.
Yeah.
Because it's just another like experience, if that makes sense. It's like when we play the forest. That's always fun.
Oh, eating cannibals.
Wolfo snacks.
Wolfo snacks.
Let's go.
Maybe I
Wolfo
should have put
snacks.
some of them in the background instead of the nuggets. just a rack of legs from the just a rack of legs from the forest. Which that's coming out sometime this year or later this year.
Sunset Forest.
I'm assuming
Supposed to be around
October.
October.
Yeah. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where I think if you take gaming too seriously, unless you're like in the real competitive, like, Call of Duty and all that, those kind of games that people are in like tournaments and shit like that, I get that, if you're good at the games, yeah, but then there's also a level of professionalism you kind of have to have there, and that doesn't always carry over with these things. So it's kind of sad, really. I'm glad I'm not in those circles. You know.
Prefer to be outside those circles.
So the other question I was going to ask you is today was, what game do you feel like you've spent the most money on? And that's including like microtransactions and stuff.
I know the exact answer to this.
Yeah.
I feel like
same.
I know
That
two
one's
of the
two.
three here, but go on. I will go on, Danny. I'm curious because some games are really bad for it, but then you just give in because you want, whether it's a nice skin or something. That sounds weird out of
14.
context. I was going to say it'd have to be Final Fantasy. I was going to say FNAF.
But that's
Final Fantasy.
FNAF.
Final FNAF 14.
but that's already purely on a subscription service.
Yeah, that's true. Because that's a subscription service, yeah.
Because I haven't spent that much on extra stuff, but it's purely subscription service.
What about you, Petal?
Warframe.
Oh, really? Well, I suppose
Yeah.
Warframe's a free to play, but then there's
It's
lots.
free to play, it's no pay to win either. But you can just, because everything you can get like from the Prime packages, you can get in game just with grinding. You get a few extra like bonus like accessories and visual stuff, and sometimes that's what I want. So I tend to at least when I was being paid quite well, I tend to sometimes pay for actually buy some of those Prime Warframe packages.
Mm,
And the total I spent on that, I would say, yeah, is more than what I spent on Final Fantasy for the subscription and some of the stuff there.
which is crazy to think.
I mean, considering that Warframe is game played in for close on 5 years now.
It's such an expensive hobby, though. Video gaming in general. It's such an expensive hobby. Like, it
Yeah.
really is.
But the thing is that with Warframe, I never felt like they cost too much really, because with a free game plus the amount of enjoyment and everything I was getting out of it, it's like I just felt I'm happy to spend this amount on it because I feel like it's worth it. If it was any other game, I was like look at the price and be like, sheesh, hell no.
Papa even spent part of it on me.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, yeah, I did to get you one of those Prime bundles.
Mm-hmm.
And what about you, Wolfo?
It's a tie between Dead by Daylight and Overwatch.
Yeah, I can understand Overwatch. Oh, I suppose, yeah, DBD's got a lot of skins and stuff, and obviously the
And
chapters.
the
chapters.
killers require
Yeah, the DLCs and all that.
DLCs and stuff.
Yeah,
and I have
because they got two types of DLCs with them. You've got the ones that is like their unique characters, and some of them just come out for free. And then you've got the
Yeah.
ones that
Actual
are like
add-ons.
you got the licensed ones that are always going to cost you.
mhm.
I bought
I
Michael
think-
Myers. I bought best investment before you say it, the best investment. Say we talk about DBD. The best investment I've ever bought and spent actual money on was Michael Myers Hospital Gown.
Yeah.
Without telling any of them. I did that playing with Caden, Larissa, and Corey, and the reaction was worth it because every time he vaults that over things, it's
Yup,
just
yup.
you're seeing way too much Michael. Like, you just...
Far too much, Michael.
And then I was just running after him going, look at my legs. My legs are amazing.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that.
The specific killer I've spent the most money on is probably the Trickster. I have
Why does that not surprise me?
so much of his outfits and baseball bats and stuff, and I'm like, he's also the only killer I enjoy playing other than the Legion. 'Cause
Oh, yeah, are
he's-
you whoa, hang on, hit the brakes. Are you a filthy Legion player?
I am a filthy Legion.
Oh, I thought you were better than that, Alex. Oh,
I play with Hex, Ruin, Noed, and...
oh, you're one of those.
Yup!
You're a disgrace.
Absolutely.
You're such a
Wait,
dis-
so they still want to play DBT with him?
You sure you want to play DBD
Oh.
now, please?
You're such a you upset me now. That's so bad. I hate it.
You wanna I can tell you my main build for Trickster, and it's Starstruck, Noed, Hex Ruin, and Nurse's Calling.
Oh, you disgusting heathen.
Yo.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
bad. I'm starting to
Yeah.
change my mind on playing with you. I
I'm
don't
not.
think I want to play DBD anymore. If
See
I
what
so
I
I
mean?
swear, if I ever play DBD at the same time you're playing DBD and I come across you playing as either of those characters and playing
Mhm.
that, I'm gonna report you just because I fucking can.
I've
No,
made many people
No.
DC before because
I
they
wouldn't.
couldn't handle it.
I wouldn't report someone for that, but oh my god.
You're
Oh,
not
that's
that
so no. But I would be raging. I have to say I would be raging. I wouldn't quit.
Yo.
I'm not that kind of player.
No, I've made people DC before.
I don't care how bad and annoying it is. I remember playing. Oh, that's right. I remember playing DBD. No, watching. No, I was watching. I wasn't playing. Watching
Yeah.
Luke play DBD when he
Okay.
was playing the killer, and he couldn't find that Claudette. She was
Mm.
hiding in the most awkward spot possible, and I've never
Blendettes
seen.
are on another level.
I've never seen someone just getting. I'm like, Luke, you've got to find them just to prove a point. You've got to go find them.
The worst person to find in DBD is fucking Petal.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Petal's got this uncanny ability to crawl.
If you knock me down and then walk away to get someone else, I'm gone.
Yep, you're not finding them anymore.
See, I don't make that mistake. I pick them up.
Yeah,
So
that's the
many
sad
people
thing.
do, though.
Bees has learned that as well.
So many
The-
Make a
people
mistake
do.
once
Like-
and never make it again.
Yeah, that's a mistake you make once when you play.
The one mechanic in the game that I absolutely hate as a killer but love as a survivor is the fucking flashlight. I hate it so much.
It's so annoying. As a survivor, though, it's kind of hard to hit on some killers too.
Yeah.
It's the hitbox is a little bit weird. I mean, I haven't used it for a while because I just got annoyed with it. I typically take a repair kit, a box.
I always
so-
bring a repair kit. 'cause that's
I
the only
don't
thing
take
can
anything
actually-
with me.
That's the only
That's
thing I
good.
can
No,
actually
you don't
do
need
properly.
anything. You just take your spite and malice and toxic gameplay. That's what you do. That's what you.
No, I'm a human sacrifice. If you need
Yes.
someone to run in, I go. That's why I don't take anything, because I'll end up losing it.
You're the
I-
kind of
I
killer that
wanna-
I would want to repeatedly slap with a pallet just over and over again, just to annoy.
As having played Survivor with Wolfo, yes, the Wolfo is literally the meat shield.
Just a meat
Yes.
shield.
Wolf was that guy in the horror movies that runs in first and gets himself killed.
See, I
Yep.
play Michaela, so I have the boons to heal people, so I can
You
put that
do.
down.
I was gonna say I have seen you play that. Yes.
I forgot Michaela was a DLC on her own, and which means I bought the outfit she's wearing and her herself.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
I think
she
I
wasn't a free one.
I think I've bought a little bit of stuff for DBD. Not a lot, but a little bit of stuff for DBD. I did buy. I mean, I bought most of the killers, not more recent ones, but earlier on, and then I did
Mm.
buy some skins for Ghostface because some of them are really good. But yeah, I don't think I've bought any skins for playable characters. I don't think.
I have. I did before Stranger Things got cut. I got one of Steve's outfits.
Oh, did you get the Chips Ahoy bloody
Yeah.
sailor?
I run around without his hat on, otherwise, because it messes his hair. His name is Steve the Hair Harrington for a reason. You have to
Oh,
see his luscious
no.
locks.
Nah, I used to play as Laurie. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Laurie was my go-to. Laurie, I always played as Laurie Strode. No one understood because I was just this beacon of like, there they are.
Yes.
But
Go
now,
short with Dreams, I'm over here.
yeah, I was gonna say literally, it was the mum jeans. It's the mum jeans. Now it's Leon. I'm very much a Leon player.
Skennedy!
I wonder why.
Skennedy is
What's
amazing.
that meant to mean? Are you calling me out? Are you calling
I call
me
you
out?
a Resident Evil fan.
Oh, yes, that's
See,
100% the reason.
When you
why.
said that,
Wait.
the reason you picked Skennedy
There
is because
the-
all I could think of is the moans he makes when he's injured.
he, did.
Well-
He does. Oh, legit. Forget all the jokes and everything. I have never. There is no other character in that game that moans as loud as Leon does. Like, he just like is
He
a beacon. He
screams.
does. It's like, oh, like, oh my god. I'm like,
Like,
okay.
if I see a Skitty that's like injured, I bolt for them because I'm like, don't, you're gonna give
They're
away our
so
position, man."
noisy. Riley's encouraging you to call me out. But no, like, yeah, no, yeah, 100%, 100%. That's because I'm a Resident Evil fan.
Or is it because he's a hunk of a man?
So about that
Yeah,
weather,
I'm just on top of DVD. I've only ever bought one thing for that game,
Oh yeah.
which was Freddy. And the first time I
Ah.
tried to use this back when I was on the old crap top made of rust in pieces.
Ah.
And it almost exploded when I just played it in game because
Freddy,
He's
Freddy had a big overwork,
yes.
a huge like change because original Freddy was not great.
No,
Yeah,
he
that
was.
also it's chugged by FPS.
I mean, it still will
It's
chug
like
your FPS. It's
yeah,
terrible.
yeah, but this was on the old crap top.
Yeah.
During that match was like because it was with you and Kaden and the rest, and they're like, I think my PC is gonna explode if I keep doing this, so I'm just gonna give the match to you. GG.
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
No.
the only thing I've ever bought for DVD because I really wanted was the Plague.
Yeah, you did buy the plague. The
Oh,
plague is
sorry,
the plague is disgusting. Like the plague is so
Mommy.
bad. Probably the killer that's probably scared me the most more recently. Well, probably not quite that recent now, but to me it's recent. Is the first time I had a match against the twins.
Jesus. That
We-
fucking child.
We streamed that. It was the first time in like a year that me, Caden, Larissa, and Corey went, you know what? Fuck it, we're gonna play DBD. And the twins had just come out, I think, a week or two beforehand. And like legit, I screamed because it's just it is awful. You can hear him like down the hallway. I'm like, oh god.
Yeah. And when you're in a locker, he'll jump on the door and start
Yes.
banging it. I'm like, what are you doing?
And he jumps on you and to slow you
Yeah.
down, and it's just like so we didn't know about the locker at the time. We didn't know about the locker, and I was hiding in the locker,
Yeah.
and that's what caused me to scream. And like the others are going, what is going on over there? I'm like, he's on my locker. What do I do? It's like, what do I do? Oh no, it's not good. It's terrifying. But yeah.
The one I haven't faced yet but want to is the television woman. What's her
I
name?
have
I haven't yet.
the Onryo, I think is
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I want to go
Bingo.
against her, but I haven't
It's
yet.
awful. It's awful.
Is it?
It's awful. I hate
Does
it.
she climb out of the TV?
She does climb out of the TVs.
Let's go.
So she crawls out of the TVs like Freddy uses the generators.
Okay.
It's that kind of concept.
That's cool.
But you can disable the TVs by taking the tape out and putting it in another TV. Like
Have you heard anything about the newer killer, the Dredge?
That's the one that hides in the lockers.
Yup.
Is that?
If you're in it, I believe he just takes you out.
Oh really? Come here.
Yeah.
Come on, come with me.
Because he won't see that you're in the locker when he's going through them. So if he picks one you're in, he just pushes you out.
Oh, nah. I don't know.
I want to go against him too, because I want to see how interesting it would be.
Nah, I'm good. Thanks. I still get scared seeing the hag. The hag still gets me.
Yes, the hag is still.
The hag traps always get me. Like anytime in a match against the hag, you'll know you got no hope of getting me to do anything because I'll be running around and then a trap go off and then I end up triggering like every trap they've ever placed. And then
That's me with the doctor.
Oh, the doctor is terrifying. I hate him.
the doctor is mean. The
I
doctor
hate
is
going up against the doctor.
The
doctor
worst
is
kind of
mean.
doctor I know is someone who just lets off their shock every second.
But isn't that
doesn't
practically
stop.
every doctor in the game?
No, I've seen people who don't do it like constantly, and it's quite nice playing against them because I can actually do things.
Nah. No, I'm good, thanks. Yeah. Another game that I wouldn't mind playing with you guys, but I am playing it with Caden, Larissa, and Corey when it comes out, is Outlast Trials.
Oh.
Oh, no.
I'm out.
I'm good, you know?
I think I'm a pass on that. Sorry.
No thanks.
You have fun with that one.
What's wrong with Outlast Trials?
Outlast. That's the issue.
Outlast.
Oh, you know the worst thing. You know the worst thing is it's going to be more based around 1 than 2, so that is
Yeah,
terrifying.
that one was
Yeah.
freaking horrifying.
It was.
I've never played an Outlast game, but I have seen them played, and nah.
See, all I gotta say against that is, do I have to remind you what happened when you made me play Outlast 2?
Outlast 2 was awful. Outlast 2 was weird and just odd. I can't really explain. Outlast 2 was strange. I never finished it. I didn't enjoy Outlast 2 as much as I enjoyed Outlast 1.
You've gone to the other side of the world. Let me play a horror game with you.
Yeah, it's like when Petal and I played Alien Isolation.
See,
Yeah, but-
Isolation I can handle. Outlast, just sitting beside you as you played it, that was horrifying enough.
Yeah.
At least Papa was warned that he was gonna play a horror game.
No, yeah, Petal had plenty of time to prepare for that. But no, there's that. And then we've played a lot of Phasmo. Phasmo's great. Phasmo's gotten better with being a better game in general. Like, it's a game that I've loved seeing the evolution of that game, because it started off scary, but then it started losing its steam because of like very little mechanics. But there's so many ghosts now, and there's so much to do, and there's some great maps, and the way they've like instigated everything. I'm like, yeah, this is good.
It horrifies me when it's at times when it pulls something off at the correct time.
It's got good timing that way. But
Yes.
See,
I'll play Phasmo. I'll just be the man in the van.
That's
yeah, but the
my
problem
role.
is, if I played Phasmo with you three, you'd be all people in the van. I'd be the only one going in the house.
The only reason I don't like going in the house is because I don't like people whispering in my ear as is. I get a fight or flight reaction to people whispering in my ear. So when I hear a ghost coming up in my ear, I'm like, nah, I can't. Piss off.
The urge to whisper then was strong.
Yeah,
Please, don't.
No, I'm not going to. I have to deal with.
I punched someone because they whispered in my ear.
Oh god.
Like,
Yeah,
not very hard, but I like.
Logical reaction.
I hate it. People
punch
find
back.
it attractive. I'm like, how? How do
I was
you?
about to say, I feel like you know, I feel like that's something you might consider warning a future partner, is if they go to whisper. If you want a black eye,
I suggest you don't whisper. in
don't
my
whisper
ear.
sweet nothings in my ear, because you'll have nothing left.
Do not whisper sweet nothings in my ear, or I will break your nose.
or you won't
I
have
can't
anything
handle
left.
it. It's awful.
I just got this image of Wolfo being like Falcon Punch. It's like, bam!
Wolfo punch.
I was gonna say.
It's a fury.
Oh my god! But no,
He ain't here.
that's one of the things I you know, it's a bit of a segue here. I don't understand now. Petal, I don't know,
Oh god.
because I know some people like listen to these things, and I this is why I don't get ASMR at all.
Oh, here we
Ah,
go.
nah.
Fuck ASMR.
The
Hate
reason,
it.
but I understand some people enjoy the relaxation of some ASMR. You know, like there is ASMR, like, you know, rain and things like that you can listen to, and it's, you know, that
Rain is not bad.
But like the people who feel relaxed listening to like someone grate their nails across a microphone, I'm like,
No.
It's
or soft breathing, I'm like, ugh.
Well, that's also
it's when they get up close and personal with the microphone, and I'm like, can you not?
It's just I don't know, but some people find that, and I'm not even talking. All right, let's take the sexual connotations out of it, because I know a lot of people take that into, and it's like that's not what ASMR is.
No.
I don't understand what's relaxing about, like, to me, if I'm hearing in my ear, someone's about to stab me.
It's awful.
It's literally like watching a horror movie and you can hear
Or
the
Leon
killer
got
breathing
stabbed.
it in the out. But it's like hearing the serial killer in the next room. You know, like I don't get it. I just don't. I know people who enjoy it. I don't understand it.
Yeah, I can't get how people find it ASMR relaxing. It's
I
But,
don't know
like,
how
if
to
it-
explain it really. There are times ASMR that I like and feel relaxed to, and there's others that are like no.
But I guess that's a personal preference
That's fair
thing. Like
enough.
I'm assuming like
Yeah.
things like nature sounds, for example,
Yeah.
and that kind of stuff. I completely understand it. Like I love laying in bed and listening to the real life rain, obviously, not just a recording of it, but
yeah.
because it is relaxing.
Yeah.
But you know, Freddy rubbing his claws down the bloody chalkboard is not ASMR. Like,
No. That is uncomfortable. Because
it
I
makes
don't
my
like,
skin crawl.
like chalk against the chalkboard. Awful. That squeaky noise.
Actually, Dani has been doing something that has been driving Petal absolutely insane,
Oh.
and I'm so
yeah.
used to it. But it's
I
something that Dani
flinch
does.
just at the thought of it.
Oh, yeah.
So, dinner time is an interesting time with Dani because Dani
Is
doesn't
it
know
the
his
scraping of the knife on the
on
plate?
the plate.
I hate it. Oh, it's
Yeah.
so annoying.
Yeah, Wolfo, it's
Ugh.
annoying that getting combined with someone who has hypersensitivity.
Oh,
On top of all of that, Dani doesn't have control over the strength for the most part, so it's almost like he's cutting through a plate. So you can imagine how intense the sound can be sometimes, and knowing that Petal is like super sensitive, it's really
Oh.
cringy. Bless, like I don't want to call Dani out like that, but I am kind of. But he knows himself. He's smiling because he knows it's it's the case.
Yep.
But he doesn't do it deliberately either, because he's always done that. Like, I'm not hypersensitive, and sometimes I'm just like, oh my god, are you sure you're not taking bits of plate up with your food? Like, ceramic.
Ceramic.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
some
it.
ceramic in that chicken.
Why does that chicken have a slight white crust to it? Ah, it's just chips of plate. Don't worry about it.
You wanted plated chicken, didn't you?
Oh my god.
Yes, I given you me to plate the chicken.
But like, what do you find relaxing though? What helps relax you in general?
I don't relax.
I'm just permatense. Just like-
Like, see, I couldn't pinpoint one thing that relax. Actually, music. Just music in general. I can put on my headphones, ignore the world, and I will be fine.
Sorry, I
Hey,
just
man.
had this image of you being like a small child and just like constantly just parents would pick you up and you'd be rigid like a doll or something.
No.
You're like, I'm tense. Put me down.
See, no, I don't mind being picked up. Being picked up is fine. I want uppies.
uppies.
Mother, I crave uppies.
What? It's because I'm someone who struggles to relax.
Hmm.
I don't relax. I'm always wanting to find something to do, whether it's work or something around the house and that. Whereas Dani can quite often relax, but he just kind of shuts off the world. It's just like, you know how things have like a low power mode. It's like he goes
what
into like
happens-
sleep mode.
That's
mean-
what happens to me when I go on TikTok when I'm in VC with people. I just tone down everybody.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, my way of relaxing is literally to slip into other worlds. So it is kind of makes sense that I don't tone out this world.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
fair.
and what about? Well, I mean, I suppose with you, Pedal, it's a lot of random things. I suppose.
Excuse you?
Well, I feel like there's some games you play to wind down and that, but I'm sure there's other things. Chess. I don't know. What do you?
This is a nice game.
To relax, mostly music, really.
But you don't
See-
paralyzed. That's not relaxing.
No, this. It's hard to explain because my hypersensitivity is that when I like hear a background noise that's
Yeah.
like the buzzing of the phrase, for example, because usually just in the background. When I first notice it, I can't unnotice it basically, and
Yeah.
it just becomes
Yeah.
this intense noise. That's what
Yeah.
typically when I have to relax.
Your
I
your
usually have-
attention is locked on to something.
Yes, I can't unhear it unless the focus is taken off something else. So that's why music helps for me, because then I have something to focus on. And yeah, I don't really play. Well, I mean, sometimes the parallels don't play as play, but it's usually at low volume, but enough to. So that's what I focus on, but it's calm and relaxing enough that I actually manage to relax. So yeah.
Sounds really weird, and for those who know me IRL will understand this, but anyone else would think I'm insane. I find organizing and cleaning relaxing.
I understand that.
It's your shtick, so
Like
There's
if
your-
I
the
feel
reason
like
we call that boozing.
I was gonna say, like, literally, when I first went and visited Petal, one of the first things I did was do their dishes.
Yeah, first day after the evening you arrived, yeah, I do the morning shift at work. I come back and you're just like, oh yes, I've cleaned and organized everything.
I did. I was like,
Like,
and they're like, "Are you okay? What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm relaxed. It's fine. I'm good."
kitchen, living room, the hallway, the bathroom, everything.
I did.
Like, how do you manage that in such short time? I've been
That's the
gone
other
for
thing.
2 hours.
I don't
It's
take
very
my
efficient.
I don't take my time, but I'm also not rushing. Yeah, I'm efficient. It's just how I am. That's part of how I was brought up too. But like, we used to joke around about my mum's house being the museum. Everything had its place. No joke. It was like everything has its place. My brother, and to this day still does it, will go into mum's house and move one ornament or one thing, rotate it or, put it somewhere else. And immediately she'll walk in the room and go, "It's over there." No joke. Like, it's so weird. But I'm kind of like that in a lot of ways. Like, Dani will come and say, Dani will come and say to me, he's like, "I'm looking for something." I'm like, "You've done a Dano look." And I literally will walk straight into a room, walk straight up to where it is, and grab it and give it to him because I know where it is. And it's always where it is anyway, for the most part. In general.
It's just a Danu look.
And sometimes not a dead look, but just him having reorganized again.
There are times where I put it in a, and then I explain my justification for it.
Explain yourself.
I do. I do explain myself. I'm like, well, I put it
Explain your
here
motive.
because X, Y, Z. Like there's a reason for it. But like, yeah. But we've got our little like quirks and stuff. So yeah, but I don't relax. Relaxing is hard for me to do. My brain doesn't. Sometimes I wonder if there's more going on with me than I ever realize, because I do struggle to. I get hyper focused on things. Like if I get in the mood to do something, I have to finish it.
Yeah.
Like if I start a project for work or something, I have to finish it. Sometimes it's a struggle to get to that point where I'm like, all right, I'm ready to do this. But the moment I'm actually doing it, I don't want to stop, because it's like, I want to finish it now. Then it's done. It's off my list.
Yeah.
I'm like that. I've learned to train myself to be a little less like that, but like I'm still like that. But
It's fine.
that's self-management from me. Like I've always been self-employed, so it's like, for the most part, and it's like, so. And one final little question, because we don't talk about this much on the podcast. It's usually all video game stuff, but I want to talk about something else for a change.
Oh god.
Let's talk food.
Oh God.
Let's
Hello.
talk food.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes.
So, I want to know what your absolute favorite thing is,
Mhm.
and what is the worst thing you've ever had. Ever. Food-wise. Whether it's something you've accidentally ate, like, and it's like, oh god, what? No, that's no good. Or, it's a dish that you like trying to, like, oh my god, why the hell did I eat this? Because the reason I'm bringing this up, it's very topical, because we took Petal out to one of my favorite restaurants. And food is stellar. Like, overall, food is absolutely just fantastic.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
This like
they
dinner food was across everything, so including dessert and all that.
Yeah, like it's like little tappers, like, but they're like, you can get a
No,
little.
I mean like you
The
mean
question.
the
What's that?
question, hun.
Oh, sorry.
favorite food? Does that include just like meal, dinners?
Oh yeah,
Something, or
like you know,
absolutely anything like dessert and such included?
it can be anything.
Okay.
But we went to this restaurant. This is what I'm prefacing what we're talking about by it came to my mind just then. When we went to this restaurant, Petal ordered you had a list of things. You just order one or two things at a time. They come out and they're like little serves. So they're like little serve schnitzel or little serve, and they're absolutely fantastic. We ordered one, or Petal ordered one that was spare ribs and a surprise. Basically, was what it said next to it, and we were all like,
spare rib surprise combo.
that was it. And so, all right, it came out, and sure enough, it came out beautiful spare rib, and what we thought or was a bitter bowl. For those of you who don't know what a bitter bowl is, it's a Dutch snack food, and it's like a crumbed ball of like gooey filling. There's lots of different bitter balls, but the basic bitter ball's got meat in it and like potato or something, isn't it? Is it potato, or is it like a slurry type thing? I'm not making it sound very appetizing. It does taste good, but like.
I mean, I'm not gonna make it much more tasty if I say what the meat in there actually is.
Well, anyway, it's. I mean, it's like the concept of hot dogs, and we all like hot dogs, but at the end of the day, it's all the bits and pieces. Well, okay.
Everyone likes sausage, but no one wants to know how it's made.
Basically,
I mean, hot dog, like proper hot dog sausages are grim. They taste awful.
But any hot dog of any or a dog that's used for that kind of thing is made of just random shit, basically. But no, the surprise was this bitter bowl. We're like, all right, cool. Petal bit into the bitter bowl, and all that was in there, from what we could gather, was barbecue sauce.
Oh no!
And so, like, literally, it was just this crumbed. I don't even know how they do that. Like, I don't know how do you must freeze a bowl of barbecue sauce and then crumb it, because literally you bit into it, and I looked and went, ugh, why is it black? Like, it was like blacky brown, like. And it was really strong barbecue sauce. So Petal's just got this mouth of like strong barbecue sauce in it, out of it. It's like, oh, it was so weird. But like, I know barbecue sauce is not bad, but it's not something that you would like just sit there and go, spoon after spoon of barbecue sauce.
Also defines barbecue sauce quite strong, again, due to not a whole lot of tolerance for spice stuff and also hypersensitivity for taste. So it was an experience.
So that's what I'm getting at from, it's something that it's either caught you off guard and you're gone, or whatever. Like, yeah. So what all right, let's go with your favorite things. All right. So Wolfo, what's your, I mean, the nuggets are kind of floating in the background, but I'm sure let's let you speak before.
Lasagna is one of my favorite
so you're Garfield. I see. Lasagna is good, I have to say. But are you talking, are you talking like homemade lasagna here? We're talking like a proper lasagna, or are you talking like a store-bought frozen lasagna?
Homemade.
Which at some point has had horse meat in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Topical from like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
We had it over here with fricandelle.
What, it had horse meat in it?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was a huge scandal.
Oh, well,
That's scandalous.
So lasagna, do you who makes the, or who is it? Is your favorite your mum? Okay. Wow, that's literally the stereotypical my mum makes the best lasagna kind of thing. Like, you're not secretly Italian, are you, by any chance?
No.
No. But all right. Well, Petal, what is your
favorites? It was a bit of thought, but I think my favorite thing ever is probably hot fudge brownies. You didn't see that one coming, did you?
Does that? Well, no, not directly, but it doesn't surprise me because that was the first dessert you eyed off big time at the restaurant too. Was the brownie with the
like proper brownies? I think
just on its own, or do you like having like a scoop of ice cream with it?
Just on its own, or with like what's the English term for it? Sort of sugar that you mix with water to get like the glazing for cupcakes and all that.
Oh, the icing sugar. Or powdered
sugar,
or powdered sugar.
No, not powdered sugar, icing sugar, yeah. Just like with a pinch of that on top. It's typically what's usually it's being served back home, at least.
Yeah.
And it would, yeah, a properly made brownie is extremely tasty, and it's probably my favorites.
Dani.
See, I'm not saying this just because this is your podcast. Let me preface this. Your cheesecakes.
Well, okay. Wow. I feel privileged. At least I really was expecting you to say something stereotypically Dutch, but no.
No, specifically your cheesecakes are one of my favorite things to have.
I don't make them very often.
Not anymore now, but
No,
The
I
creme
used,
brulee cheesecake is also one of the best
Yeah.
things I've ever tasted. Yeah.
your creme brulee and your cappuccino cheesecakes are two of the favorite things I like.
I should make another cheesecake. I haven't made one in ages.
Yes.
Well, see, I used to do it for a living, so it's like, for me, my favorite thing above all else, and this probably won't surprise Dani, and Petal maybe doesn't know, but might do. I have mentioned it several times. Is tiramisu.
Huh.
Yep.
But problem is, I'm so fussy with it. I'm so fussy. I'm usually not fussy with food that much. Tiramisu is one of the things where I'm like, if it's wrong, it's wrong. Like it's like
It's literally the first thing he looks up at any restaurant we go to if they have tiramisu on the menu.
I've had one tiramisu that I deemed okay here since I've been here. The rest have been garbage. I love
don't remember
tiramisu.
which one.
Which shouldn't surprise. You don't remember, or you do?
I don't remember which one it was.
Humphreys.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good tiramisu.
Yeah.
Wasn't like perfect, but it was good. Like I'd have it again. Which shouldn't surprise many people if they know what tiramisu is because it's coffee as well, and we all know how much coffee I drink. So, yeah. So Wolfo,
Yeah.
the worst thing that you could ever have either put in front of you, or you've had, or you just got.
There are multiple. 'Cause I don't think I can pinpoint just one thing that
Oh,
made me want to.
Just mention a couple, then that's fine. I'm just curious more than anything else.
Yogurt is the top of the list.
Oh, really?
I fucking
I'm
hate
not
yogurt.
surprised.
Oh, wow. Also, that's so British. So of you to say yogurt.
Even as a child, my mum would try to give me yogurt and I'd throw it back. I didn't like it.
I love the way Brits say yogurt.
Yogurt.
It's yogurt.
No, it's yogurt.
Yogurt.
It's yogurt.
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 Yogurt. It's so it is a very British way of saying it. There's not many countries in the world where they do say yogurt, and it's like Anyway, go on.
Apple pie.
What?
What?
Are you serious?
I don't like it.
What about it?
It's
too healthy.
It's got fruit in it.
I don't know how to describe it. But taking a bite
pie.
into it made all of my mouth go, no, this should not be like this.
I wonder if is it something that you, because there's things like I've noticed, and Dani is the same, and Petal is the same, where they've said, I don't like something, and then when I've made it properly, they've gone, that's actually not bad. Is it something you've had a bad experience with?
Probably. I've only had it once, and it was the one time I didn't like it.
Yeah,
So
but
it
was
probably-
it homemade, or was it like store bought?
Store bought, I think.
They can be a bit hit
Yeah.
and miss.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than a good proper homemade apple pie and ice cream. Oh my god.
If Wolfo, word of advice, if Booze ever makes like a homemade apple pie, definitely try it out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one thing I'm confident in my life. Out of everything that I do, is that I can cook. Yeah, no, apple pie is a shock. I have to say, apple pie is a shock.
And the last thing I can think of is mushrooms.
Oh, why?
They are too squidgy. They shouldn't taste squidgy.
You've gone for the trifecta. The yogurt is like, okay, I do get that some people don't like it, but mushrooms and apple pie?
Mushrooms are squidgy. I don't like putting them in my mouth. It's grim.
It's grim. These mushrooms, they're grim. I All right. I'm in shock. You've rattled me as a foodie. You've rattled me. I'm just like
Also surprised.
I'm
As
really
a lover of both
surprised.
mushrooms and apples.
I'm surprised about the apple pie. I'm not surprised about the mushrooms.
Yeah, well, you're not a huge fan of mushrooms. You eat them though.
Yeah. Back in the day, definitely not. I used to
can't.
hate. I couldn't eat mushrooms back in the day.
They don't. Things shouldn't squidge like that. It's not nice.
Squidgy mushrooms.
I don't like jelly
some
either.
that. Oh my god! You don't like jelly either?
No, no.
What is wrong with you?
I feel like
I'm very picky with what I eat.
I feel like Wolf was the same as with my mom with the Mona desserts.
Oh yeah, that's see Petal would like. Oh, we need to get some of that next week. Petal would like Mona because it's similar to the pudding they eat. Whereas his mum hates it because of the wobbly texture of it. It's literally like the you know that pudding you eat, that chocolate pudding.
Yeah.
It's like that.
We'll get some tomorrow. Ham.
It's called Mona because that's the brand. It's like the Brits call vacuum cleaners Hoovers.
They are givers.
No, they're a vacuum cleaner. Hoover is a
Hoover.
brand. No,
Hoover.
no,
Hoover was the president.
no. Yeah, that was a fat man that was president. J. Edgar. Was it J. Edgar Hoover? Is that his name?
Yeah, J. Edgar Hoover.
Yeah.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Oh my.
I'm not surprised, Wolf. I'm not surprised.
Wolfo lives a sheltered life. Petal.
Wolfo lives in a cardboard box.
This is true. So, Petal, what food you don't like?
There's probably
Or sorry, food you would
there's
just
one
disgusting.
specific incident that I remember that is the worst I ever had with food.
Oh,
It was I don't
it
even
was
know
dinner
how many years
last
ago.
night. No.
No, I don't even know how many years ago it was, but it was. I suppose the best way to describe it was a sort of curry that my stepmom made.
Oh,
Yeah.
was
So
it spicy or flavor wise, or
I
both?
don't know what it was I reacted to, but it was classic. You know, the whole yucky rice. It was meat in a
Oh.
so spicy sauce. It was chili, onion.
Oh god, it sounds like everything that you would
Yeah,
just be
I
like.
remember I disliked the first. I told her this, but it was house rules with you finish at least what you get on your plate before you can leave the dinner table. At least that was the rule until after a few bites in, I just had to rush out and actually threw up.
Oh,
Jeez.
but I
And
have
and after that, I never got curry served again. So
I have proven two things then since you've been with me. One, you eat rice if it's cooked properly,
yes, that I already knew though.
and secondly, there are some curries you eat because I made that butter chicken at your house that time, and you ate it and you quite liked it.
Yeah.
Because curry, by definition, does not have to be spicy,
No, just how my stepmom made it.
and rice should not be like wallpaper paste. It never should. Dani,
Asparagus.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew it. Asparagus. He hates asparagus like
It's
100%.
literally one of the few things I won't eat.
If I buy asparagus, not that I do, but if I buy asparagus, there's no way on God's green earth I could ever get him to eat it. It's not even it's cooked properly situation with him. It's literally he just will not eat it. I feel like Dani, you know how cats get scared by cucumbers?
Oh yeah.
I feel like putting a bit of asparagus next to Dani
See,
would get
my
the same
cats
reaction.
don't. My cats aren't scared of cucumber.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah, but your cat also just can't run away.
I mean, it can.
Brian is very capable of running away.
It's more of a scurry than I assume than an actual run. It's more
No,
of
it's
a
a
like,
hop.
It's a hop.
Yeah,
It's a
no.
hop.
Anyhow,
I've already
go away.
seen tripods in action. Yeah, though they are still extremely agile.
They learn to adapt.
He's faster than Nigel.
They learn to adapt,
Yeah.
especially if it happened fairly early in life.
As someone who was a 12-year-old husky who's a tripod, yeah, she managed extremely well, just
The
as well as any
speed
others.
Brian can get up a staircase is ridiculous.
Is it with Brian? Is it the front or the back?
Back.
Okay, so that's usually easier.
Yeah.
The front is a little bit tricky for animals if they lose a front leg, but the back's
Mm.
usually a lot more adaptable.
Yes.
So the worst experience I've ever had is actually something that my brother cooked.
Oh, yeah.
When I was about 10, we had dinner at my brother's house, and he made, like, it was vegetables and stuff, and then there was meat. And I was told, this is before I developed a palate for food and actually would be able to have picked that it was what it was. I was told that it was chicken. It's like, all right. I'm like looking at it, and at this point I was skeptical because I'm like, that's not chicken. I don't think that's chicken at all. But anyway, and he's like, no, it's chicken. It's like I ate it, and I didn't particularly like the taste. It had a bit of a gamey flavor to it. I'm like, And then afterwards, he told me it was one of the rabbits I'd been patting about a week ago.
Oh.
And it was legit one of the, because he used to breed rabbits for meat. I cannot eat rabbit anymore because rabbit's quite a nice meat if you're into like game meat, like you know. But I can't do it anymore. It's put me off of meat, off of rabbit for the rest of my life. I just can't do it.
They did the same. My granddad did the same thing with my mum. He literally would around like March, May, he would give her a rabbit.
Yeah.
And around Christmas, the rabbit would suddenly walk away.
Wow.
And then we had to have a lot of meat on the Christmas table.
Yeah, no. It put me off of eating rabbit ever again. And to some degree, I think it's also scarred me with a lot of other gamey meat because it's just that reaction to it. I don't eat a lot of things like deer or duck or things like that because they've all got that sort of
kangaroo.
Kangaroo, yeah, kangaroos in that category too. But yeah,
like kangaroo.
But it's one of the worst experiences, and like I think it's because of the way it was presented to me in that way. It's kind of like, well,
yeah.
I mean, I don't like seafood that much either. Like, there's not a lot of seafood I like, but I will eat it. Which I had a horror experience recently with that. We went out to dinner with Dani's dad, and like they were like, "Oh, we'll go with the chef's choice menu," you know, because we thought, well, usually a chef would balance it out, and if there's a bit of seafood, every fucking dish except dessert was fucking seafood. Every single one.
Jesus.
I had like
very love the seafood.
Oh god, I had like a dark fish, a white fish. I had scallops. I had bloody shrimp, which I don't mind. But and it was like, oh god, I'm like trying to get through it all, and then the dessert was nice. That was like sorbet or something. Because I literally we got to the end of like the dessert was the last thing. I'm like, I swear to God, if this is anything related to fish, I'm gonna like. It was so.
I felt so bad for you.
Because we're like. Because they had spare ribs or short ribs. They had short ribs on the menu and all these other nice things and lamb. And I'm like, please, why didn't you give me one of those?
We even went like, oh, we got a red wine. Now we should get some meat. Nope, more fish.
They served red wine with one of the fish, and that I just don't understand that because red wine doesn't go with fish typically.
Most fish, yeah.
It's usually a white fish, white wine or white fish. So anyway. So yeah, that was my scarring experience recently. But on that,
fish though.
Okay, given the fact that I don't eat seafood and that, the dishes were quite nice. But like, it's still like, ugh. Give me a steak for the love of God. Just give me a steak.
I'm not a fan of seafood.
I eat tuna and I eat salmon, and I'll eat some shrimp, but that's about it. Like, I won't go out of my way to have seafood. Like,
I'll eat crab legs.
See, I can't do crab. I can't do crab.
I need to go out of my way to eat fish now.
You do. I mean, here's the thing. I've always said to you, if you want fish, I'll cook you fish. I can cook something else for myself. Like, yeah, I just don't.
You just cook a nice salmon.
Yeah, but I say it's salmon. Yeah, but salmon's expensive too.
Yeah,
it's very expensive. Like a fillet of salmon.
I suppose it would be more expensive over here.
I was about to say, you can blame Popper side of the world because that's where you get our salmon.
I was going to say, you expensive bastards. No, no, but salmon's expensive most places, unless it's where they actually fish for it. Because salmon in Australia is expensive, but we have some areas that we fish for salmon as well. So, yeah. Well, on that pleasant note, we can finish on that. Yeah. Well, thank you for joining me for this podcast. It was enlightening. I'm disgusted in Wolfo. I've learned so much about you, Wolfo, even though we're friends, because I've decided that you're a filthy bloody Legion player who doesn't like apple pie and doesn't like bloody yogurt and doesn't like mushrooms, and this makes me sad.
Grim.
Yeah, if you want to check out previous episodes of this podcast, or you've missed any of the podcast, you can listen to the podcast in an audio format on most podcast platforms. It's also available on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/dragonbees. And if you do watch it on YouTube, or if you listen to it, make sure you leave a comment or a like or subscribe to the channel. Then you'll know when things are going live or have come out on the audio side of things. All of these guys' details will be in the description below, as will my details. And yeah, let me know what your favorite foods are. I'm curious what others have got to say, and the ones that you don't like, because that one seems to be more of a shock factor than anything else, is things that people don't like to eat, because that just, as a foodie, that's breaking my heart. So yeah, anyway, so you should
No, you're not.
You're really not.
I'm not, because this big dude tastes gross.
Oh my god. So yes, thank you, Wolfo. Thank you, Petal. Thank you, Dani, for being here. But until next month's podcast or whatever video you guys are watching, I will see you then. Thanks for hanging out, and have a wonderful month. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.